The views and opinions presented in this media format don't reflect the views and opinions of Gracie NEPA as a whole. This broadcast is meant for entertainment purposes only and is the product of two idiots with microphones and far too much time on their hands. If you are easily offended, this podcast probably isn't for you. In addition, the content herein contains loud noises, adult humor, and language not suitable for children and most adults. Also, the opinions expressed herein are not intended for legal, medical, or financial advice. We are not experts, although we play them on TV. Void where prohibited. Batteries not included. No purchase necessary to win. Open to all legal residents 18 years or older in the continental U.S. Dealer participation may affect actual costs. Hosts are not responsible for personal items left in your car while listening to this or any other broadcast. This broadcast has zero cash value and should remain frozen until ready for use. Also, it should not be used by pregnant or nursing women and has been known to cause violent outbursts in lab animals. In case of ingestion, induce vomiting, and remember, these are professional drivers on a closed course. Do not attempt this at home. Serious penalty for early withdrawal and not a member of the FDIC.
All right, episode 12. Tyler Calvey back in the house. Jeffrey's Tyler Calvey. And back for another award-winning episode. And there's a ton of shit in the news. We got no real MMA news, no real grappling news.
No.
But it's been an exciting week of media happenings in our nation.
Yes.
Lots of good shit. But I want to start with World Cup soccer. You a soccer fan?
No. Honestly, well, here's the thing.
Me neither.
I like to
Football.
I like to
Football.
play soccer though. That's a thing. Like a lot of these sports that I cannot sit and watch, like baseball, fucking soccer, cannot watch them for the fucking life of me. But playing them is pretty fun. Maybe even golf too. To a degree. Like I like to.
Did you ever try golf?
I never golf. No, I never golf.
Hard.
But I like to driving range, and I'm a master putter.
Putter?
You know.
I'm a masturbator.
Yes.
I like fishing.
Well, if you know anything about me, the short game is all I'm good at.
That's
You know what I
all
mean?
I'm
I got no long ball.
Yeah.
So.
I could play baseball all day. It's hard to watch unless I go to the stadium. If I go to the stadium drinking some beers, yelling at people.
It's a nice leisure
That's cool.
sport. It's a nice. That one's a good spectator sport because it's mellow.
And I'm sure going to a World Cup game is probably like a ton of fun.
That's true. Yeah.
Because the crowd energy, as long as you're not going to get beat up by like, Scottish hooligans or something.
Right.
Or stabbed to death by Brazilian animals.
Yes.
But like the energy in that stadiums are always like fucking
Absolutely,
crazy.
yeah. They're like Super Bowls in the World Cup. Every game
is like that. Yeah. I know we were joking about it yesterday at Open Mat because Poland is playing Colombia today.
Yeah.
And we obviously have a Polish student and a Colombian student.
Yeah.
We're here legally, by the way.
Yes.
We're gonna get into that.
God bless America.
We're gonna get into immigration. But what I wanted to talk about World Cup soccer is the amount of flopping that goes on. Like, they make LeBron James look like an amateur flopper.
Right.
These guys flop like fucking crazy. They
It's
roll
so
over like
bad.
a prom date.
Yeah, it's bad.
They roll over like a drunk prom date.
And I think that's what turns a lot of Americans off from even supporting this. Well, and the fact that we don't make the World Cup. I mean, but I'm just saying as far as playing it in general is because even though we are pussified and we're starting to take, some physicality and aggression out of basketball with the technicals and the flagrant fouls, football with all the flags for hits and, can't hit above the head, can't use your shoulder, can't use your helmet, can't whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we like to pussify it, but we still like to be tough. And I'm just saying, like, as far as soccer goes, like, Americans, whatever, this might be my American, pride or whatever.
Hubris.
But I'm just saying, like, if LeBron James wanted to kick a soccer ball around instead of dunk basketballs, we wouldn't be having this conversation who's the best fucking, team in the world. Like, can you imagine, like, we get all of the best athletes from football and basketball and baseball, and they're like, we're just gonna play soccer for the next 5 years. I'm pretty sure we kick their ass.
We would. Yeah. We would. Because again, I talk about it all the time, Americans take things and make it better if we have an interest in it.
Right.
So if we were like, you know what, we're going to win a World Cup, and we started pulling in our best athletes and whatever.
LeBron, Brock Lesnar is the goalie. Everything.
I'll put him out there in the middle and let him fucking hit people.
Tom Brady,
real.
to some degree, I would think would find a way to be effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all for it.
You're all for it?
I'm all for it.
Bringing them all in.
Just
1
year.
Team, make a dream team.
Right, just 1 year we just say, all right, we're just going to dedicate 4 years.
And I see people like on social media that never post about soccer.
Oh.
And they're posting about soccer. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck. You don't give a shit if England won, if Panama won, if Germany. You don't care.
No.
You know nothing about soccer. You know less about soccer than I do.
Right.
And I know shit
Right.
about soccer.
Yeah,
These bandwagoners that come around every 4 years, like the Olympics. Like when
Yeah.
people are like, downhill skiing's my jam.
Right, yeah.
Like,
what? Fuck you. You know nothing about downhill
is your
skiing.
Jam.
That is.
Yeah,
It is.
like,
Curling.
Curling.
It's like, shut the fuck
curling. I'm going to take up curling. Is there a curling club in our area? No, you're not, dude. The only thing you're curling is cheese curls into your mouth.
Right. That was like a joke sport that happened. It was like, let's create giant-sized ice shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard. That's what
But
it
we're
is,
gonna,
too.
but we want more people on the team, so we're gonna have one guy who fucking sweeps the ice to make it go a certain way. Like, what the fuck? But you're right. Yeah, that's what soccer is like in America at this point.
The only thing I'll say about curling that kept my interest was the South Korean women's curling team. Good lord! If you haven't seen them, Google them.
If their curling's anything like their porn,
South Korean porn.
yeah, I'm sure it's exhilarating.
Like their pop music. What was that guy? Psy? Gangnam Style. Or was he North Korean? No, he was South Korean, right? Because North Korea isn't.
Hey, I have no idea, honestly. I'm not gonna pretend like I know.
Don't put them all.
I'm not gonna put labels.
Don't put them all.
I'm not gonna put labels
all in
on
one
people.
basket.
Yeah.
You're not gonna label them. Anything else on soccer?
No, but here's the thing, like, a good segue into the next thing. Like, when people start to do things like this and just peek their heads up, and they're not anywhere near experts or mastery of talking or understanding these things, it's like when politics, too, where people start posting on politics.
Yeah.
And my thing is, I'm not going to claim that I know all these things about politics, but I know enough to where your post is so fucking retarded and
skewed
unfound
or bullshit,
right.
or just pushing whatever your agenda is.
Right.
We talk about that a lot, like just how people. We always say, I want you on my team.
Yeah.
Whatever the team is, I want you on Team Republican, Team Democrat, Team LeBron, Team MJ.
Right.
You know, like everybody's always trying to recruit me to their. The only team that doesn't ever try to recruit me, and I can't figure out why, is the lesbians. Can't figure out why they won't recruit me to their team.
I don't know.
I'm willing.
He's willing.
I'm willing. I want to be a lesbian.
He would love nothing more than for you to put a strap on and take it to
I want to
him.
be a lesbian.
Like a dirty little girl that he is.
Dress up like Shirley Temple and hit me with a hockey stick. I'm into weird shit. But yeah, everybody's always want my team.
Yeah.
And if you have a different opinion, they get angry at you and they like. You know, they don't want to listen. Nobody wants to listen to the other side and find common ground.
Right.
You know? And that's the problem with social media, because you can, I was going to say debate, but you can't debate people on social media.
No, you can't.
Because they'll delete your comments.
Yeah, you can't.
If you have an opinion that varies and you make a good strong opinion,
Yes.
they're going to delete that comment.
Right.
Because they don't have an answer for it.
Well, because it doesn't fit their narrative.
It doesn't fit their narrative. Yeah, the echo chamber. You turned me onto that term, the echo chamber.
It is, because it's just, you put yourself and you follow the same people that don't contradict any thoughts of yours.
Right.
So it's just constant feedback loop of bad,
narrative. Whatever your narrative is.
Whatever that is. Whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes you take it blindly, too, like these people who are diehard Democrats, or it's not even like, now it's like, they have like a Trump, for Trump and anti-Trump, you know what I mean? And it's split people down the middle, and it's to the point where some sides are so ridiculous that they're pushing people who have no fucking dog in the fight towards one way or another because their ridiculousness. Yeah. Because of the fringe players in this game are so fucking ungrounded in reality that it brings people out to where, like, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
Like, you're not being clear and concise, and and when you stick to that narrative and your narrative, and no one ever has a contradictory idea, or you're not even willing to say, maybe, Yeah. And all the great minds throughout the world will go back to, and what do I truly know?
Right.
Do I know anything?
Yeah.
Or are all my fucking thoughts and feelings just a fucking conglomerate of influences that I've seen through music, TV, television, people I knew, people I grew up with, people I like, people I don't like.
Yeah.
So I'm pushing myself all these ways, and I think I'm making these great decisions because I'm fucking grandstanding and I'm virtue signaling that I'm not like anyone else. But it's just basically just your flavor of tea.
And it's all garbage because, like I said, nobody's willing to hear anything. And when you present people with the facts, and listen, we were talking about this yesterday. I'm going to talk about it now too, while we're got people's attention. But you and I were talking about it off camera. I think we were here. It was after we were getting ready to go to the memorial, I think, right? We were talking about the immigration.
A little bit, yeah.
We were talking about immigration and what have you. And, I don't have an answer for it. I don't know how to fucking solve it.
No.
I have no idea how to fucking solve it.
No.
But I know that what's going on now is all wrong. Like, we're talking about building a wall.
Right.
And there's people, including our president, but there's people, like, that we know that think building a wall is actually, like, one, a good idea, and two, a feasible idea.
Right.
It's not. You can't build a fucking wall.
No.
Look at a map. It's 2,000 miles of terrain.
Yes.
Right? Mountains, rivers, valleys. There's literally homes that sit on the border of Mexico. So you'd have to cut a home in half. Like,
yeah.
It's insanity. And they've said, it's 15 to 25 billion. With a B, $billion to build it.
Right.
So where are we getting that fucking money from? Mexico ain't paying for that shit. You can't. It's not feasible.
Yeah.
And for argument's sake, if you built it for $25 billion, which is 20 Hoover Dams, 20 Hoover Dams, that's more than NASA's yearly budget for faking the moon landing, right?
Right.
$25 billion is more than NASA gets in a year.
Yeah.
Who's staffing that shit? How much is it going to cost yearly to staff it?
I don't know. The only way
who's paying for that?
Well, the only way I can see it as maybe like a possible thing, one, taxes. Two, that they're gonna pitch it. They're gonna pitch it as if we build this wall, it's gonna create a bunch of jobs, and that's something that a lot of guys do, a lot of presidents do, and their staff does, is they create these projects.
Right.
To where they appear to be creating an influx in the economy and getting away from unemployment and raising, the employment rate, but it's really just like stupid jobs. Like in the 80s, it was the war on drugs.
Yes.
So you had
which was ridiculous,
crazy staffing of people trying to getting essentially jobs to kind of do nothing.
Right.
And that's what would happen with this wall. It would be a bunch of people fucking building walls, and it would be a bunch of fucking idiots standing around flagging and fucking
and doing Ned's job.
Right, and it would create a bunch of jobs for sure. But it would be, like you said, an unnecessary.
Well, just the tax drain on it.
Yeah,
and it's here's the thing too. The wall is not going to stop immigrants coming in.
It will not. No.
30%. You know how 30% of immigrants get here?
Water.
Plane.
Wow.
On a fucking plane.
Yeah.
How high you building that wall?
Yeah, that's
because they come here on visas or passports.
That's true.
And then they just stay. They just never leave.
Yeah.
They just never leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there's a whole other percentage, I think I read like 7 to 10% or something, that come in legally across the border to work and then just don't leave.
Right.
Yeah. And then, you know what I mean? Like, so your wall isn't going to stop fucking shit. It's not going to stop anything.
Well, here's my thing too that people don't ever want to hear about the immigration thing. Well, what is the problem?
I got all kinds of stuff. I'm fired up about immigration.
But what is the biggest thing about the immigration is that they're getting jobs here,
right?
And they're taking money away from hard-working Americans,
right?
But here's the thing: these aren't Mexican-owned or immigrant-owned businesses for the most part. They can't own businesses,
right?
So who's owning these businesses? Who's employing these people?
Right.
And that's the thing. Americans don't want to pay Americans to work anymore. Or / Americans don't want to work.
Right.
That's what people don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And that's not a fucking Democrat. That's not a Republican. It's a fucking problem with the youth a little bit, our culture, as what we're founded on and what we hold true. It used to be hard work, roll your sleeves up, earning your dollar, and now it's all about how do I make money by doing the most amount of money with doing the less amount of work.
Yeah.
And that's a sad thing, and that's more of a problem than anything, and nobody talks about that. It's always war and abortion and all gay rights and stupid shit like that. But it's not. Nobody has ever really sat back and called the American people out and said, "Listen, you want me to fix this?
Right.
I'm one fucking guy.
Right.
Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton, no matter who
Doesn't
the fuck
matter.
you are, man,
Right.
woman, child, black, white, green, purple. They gotta stand there and say, you want me to fix this?
Right.
How about you guys fix it?
Right.
How about you not take out loans you can't pay back?
Yeah.
How about not fucking get that car that you want but you don't fucking need?
Right.
That house that you want but you don't need and
Yeah.
can't pay for it.
Right.
And when the interest rates change in a couple years, you won't be able to afford it and you'll have to foreclose anyways.
Yeah.
So it's a short-term goal in mind with the way we run our systems and stuff like that. It's buy now. It used to be, we used to save.
Yeah.
And you bought a house.
Save.
Yeah. You lived in the same fucking house that you had. If you got married and you bought a little fucking one-shack house, you lived in that one-shack house until you had 5 kids.
Yeah.
20 years later, then you move out.
Then you move, right. Yeah.
And you have 5 more kids.
Yeah.
But it's not like that anymore.
No.
And, you know, people want to blame the liberals because the liberals created a situation where there's a lot of free money to be made for people who with welfare and stuff, because there's a lot of people who deserve it and need it, but there's a lot of people who take advantage.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
But that's where it all starts, man.
Yeah.
And now with the internet, people are becoming famous and making money off of fucking
showing their ass.
Yeah. So everybody's chasing that goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, and I'm okay with, listen, I said I don't have a solution for it.
No.
You know what I mean? But if you're coming into this country and you're working, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? This country's built on hard work. At least it should be,
And that's the thing, a lot of these people aren't getting fucking CEO jobs. They're not getting these fucking glamorous jobs.
They're getting jobs that we don't want.
They're getting the jobs that Americans say, I want more money to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, I just want a job.
I want $18 an hour to sling burgers.
Right. But they're just like, I'm just happy to be here.
Right.
Yeah. Give me money.
Yeah. And I'm not, again, I'm not a bleeding heart. I'm not saying like, everybody come on in and whatever.
No.
We have the most secure, we have the most militarized peacetime border in the world.
In existence, yeah.
There's other countries that are at war that have a more militarized border than we do.
Yeah.
But we're at peace with Mexico, and we have the most militarized
Canada.
border. Like, how much more do you want to fucking militarize the border?
I know, and that's the crazy thing.
It's
man.
insane.
This has become such a crazy topic, and it's a problem in a small portion of America.
Well, that's a big thing with me too. Is there's an estimated 11 point something million, let's just say 11 million illegal immigrants, right? That's 3% of the American population.
Right.
The American population is like 325 million people, right?
Yeah.
So that's less than 3%. So we're concerned about 3% of the people.
Right.
I want to concern myself with 97% of the people.
But
let's focus more on the fact that we have 10 million people unemployed, and we have childhood hunger, and we have 1 million homeless people on the street. Like, there's way bigger fucking problems.
Right.
Way bigger problems.
But
that a wall doesn't solve.
But all the stuff you're saying makes sense, and people agree on.
Right.
They can't draw the line in the sand and get you on that team and you on that team. When you start talking like this about, okay, we need to maybe not focus so much on this and start focusing on this, and this, and they're like, well, yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, then what are we arguing about?
What are we arguing about, right?
Well, you abortion, gay rights, this and that. It's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why it's crazy, because they hide the real shit from the public. Like, when you read the news, it's always something about race, religion, sexism, something along those lines with the politicians, where gay rights, abortion, how do they feel about stuff like that, rather than the real issues where they're talking about logical solutions to economic problems. Because that shit's it's like above the ear shit.
Yeah.
So you have to think about that.
Right.
People want below the shoulders thinking, where it's emotion and balls, right? Like, I want to be moved with this topic.
Right.
Like, I don't want to nod my head and say, yes, we need to hunker down and we need to fix the bottom line. I agree. We all can agree on that. Okay. Yeah. But what about gay rights? Well, these gays can't do this, they should do that. It's like, oh, fuck. Okay. All right, so where are we at now? No. Guns this, guns that. Yeah. And those are small problems too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a parent now, and the school shooting thing, that makes me nervous for the future. But like you say, statistically, if you're going to be as smart as possible about it, statistically speaking, how many schools are in America? Millions of schools in America. And this is happening it's happening, it's increasing, and I wouldn't want it to keep increasing.
Well,
but it is a small thing. I'm not saying that we shouldn't focus our energy in that, but we shouldn't rip each other apart on this. This is a small solution, and honestly, it's an anti-love situation. I think these kids are acting out and doing crazy shit because nobody cares about them, and and that's another thing. We're too focused on immigrants instead of a kid who gets bullied in school and quits school and gives warning signs that he's going to do something bad, but people are too concerned about fucking abortion and stupid shit like that.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I shut down the wall argument with somebody online. Yeah. And they were like, well, then we need to deport everybody. And I'm like, dude, you can't deport everybody either. No. You can't do a mass deportation. No. You can't.
They just keep doing what you're doing.
I'm gonna educate again. I'm gonna educate people, right? I was telling you this yesterday.
Yes.
U.S.-American War, right? President Polk basically invaded Mexico. There was no real beef that started the Mexican-American War. There wasn't. No. It was Polk wanted more land. So everything from Texas to California up to Wyoming, we stole from Mexico, along with all of the people living there, right? So they immediately, the day they signed the treaty, which was, I don't know what it was called, the Treaty of Guadalpam something, I don't know what, you can Google it, but the day they signed the treaty, all of those people became American citizens, right? So however many hundreds of thousands of people that were Mexican citizens, the very next day were now American citizens, right? So now we stole all those citizens. So are they immigrants or are they, what are they, right? You fast forward 2 decades, you got the Great Depression. 3 decades, you got the Great Depression, right? Who's the president during the Great Depression? Hoover. Hoover says, the reason we're in the Great Depression is all of those immigrants living out there. What kind of fucking logic is that? Right? They didn't come here, we stole them.
Yes.
Right? But same way we went and got slaves from fucking Africa. Yeah. We stole all of these people from Mexico, right? Yeah. So now they're the problem, right? So they deport them. He does a mass deportation of like 1 million people. 1 million American citizens he deports simply because they have brown skin. Right? Then 5 years later, World War II comes around. All of our soldiers are going off. Right? What did we do?
We needed industry help.
We needed workers. And we said, hey, Mexico, come on in, right? Yeah. I think it was called the Bracero Law, or the Brazil Law.
And then if they came in, they would become citizens again.
They came in, they became citizens again, right? Yeah. So they worked through all World War II. 10 years later, Eisenhower takes it all back. And he's like, you guys are the root of all our problems, and he mass deports them again. Yeah. And again, the same thing happens, where he deports American citizens because they have brown skin. So it's like, we have this overwhelming history of this. You know what I mean? Like, there's this whole thing, make America great again. When was America ever fucking great? And I might get roasted for that, but when was America ever great?
Well, yeah.
The 80s? 1980s? When we had fucking pajama pants and, cocaine on every corner? Like, when was America
Michael Jackson
great?
Had his first nose job.
I just want somebody to point that out to me. When America was fucking great.
Well, no,
we're a young nation, right? We're basically in the grand scheme of empires.
It should be let's make America great.
Great. Period. Let's make America great because we've never been great.
Because we're such a young nation that we've had our ups and downs.
Yeah, we're basically a pimply faced teenager.
Yeah. So that's the thing where make it great again is, but I don't know. But that was where Trump ran on this assumption that people believe he's a little bit racist because he's kind of saying, let's make it great again for the white businessman, you know? Which a lot of people feel that that's what his agenda is.
Right. Yeah, and it very well might be.
It might be, yes. But people buy into that, but it was also, but that's a way to get people to vote emotionally, and that's what I'm saying. Like, people are getting involved below the shoulders, right? And that's where we live in this space now in America, where we're always reactions. We're never acting. We're never acting on our own. It's always, oh, what? Oh, he said this. Oh, I don't like that. And instead of being like, wait, what did he say? Let me go. Let me read.
Let me go pick up 3 books and read about this.
Let me read 3 different articles from 3 different news sites.
Let me go to the BBC. Right. Let me go to Al Jazeera. And read some different worldviews on it. And that's what.
Or don't get involved.
Or don't get involved in it.
That's my thing.
That's why I tend not to get involved in it. Yes. But I know we're going to get comments on this, and I don't care.
To me, politics with these people who talk shit on politics, the same people I feel like, because I'm not that well versed in politics, but I can tell when they're bullshitting because it's the same rhetoric and kind of way people put their posts out when they talk about sports and football, and they're not really a football fan.
It's a blueprint where you insert.
Right. You're just like
insert Patriots, insert Trump, insert whatever it is. You just
you can tell they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah. But it always happens when they get upset. Like it's when their team loses. And we got cheated and this is. Yeah. But that's where it's all emotion. Right. There's no logic behind it, and once you abandon logic and you're talking about politics and millions of people's and lives and deaths. That's a problem, you know what I mean? Because there should be emotion, but there should be compassion and empathy, not fucking revenge and, hatred. Yeah. And that's what it all is boiling down to now. We're playing that card off each other, and Trump plays it well, but the counterpart is he always gets the response from the people that he's trolling. Right. So you're just as at fault. Like, if you're going to continue, if you're going to take the fucking bait.
And it is a lot of trolling. Like, I really do think there's stuff that's said that's, on purpose to troll people.
And I'm going to play the ultimate devil's advocate. Tell me Trump, people kind of hate him a little bit, is because the same people who hate him, they have the same type of qualities that he has.
Yeah, for sure they do, yeah.
Because he is the ultimate American symbol.
Yes.
I mean, if there is not, from the outside in of what the worldview of what Americans are, fat, white, millionaire, boisterous. Yeah. I'm great at everything. Yeah. I'm in the best health. He's a fat shit. It's the same guy who fucking sits there who's a fucking fat piece of shit, but he could tell you that Tom Brady sucks. You know what I mean? It's the LeBron James sucks. You know?
Right, yeah.
It's that guy, and but he just became fucking president somehow.
Somehow, some way it happened.
But the people who hate on him, I know them personally, and I go, man, you see that narcissism that you see in yourself because he is that. I mean, he has a quality of all of what. If you grew up in America, there's a little bit of quality, and I don't care if you're black, white, green, purple, because he's greedy as well. And I don't care what fucking skin color, or ethnicity, or Democrat, Republican. We're all greedy. We're all narcissistic. So that's what I think drives people the most crazy, is that he is kind of just like us, and he reacts like a normal person, kind of. Like, he's very reactive. Mm-hmm. Like, he reads tweets and goes at people. Yeah. Like, if that's not a normal, American response, then I don't know what is. Right. But I'm not saying that he is a normal American, because he is a fucking millionaire, billionaire personality, reality star. But he's super American, but it's mostly the negative aspects of America. Yeah. It's not the unity and all that good, because America does have a lot of good stuff, and that's what's getting lost in all this bullshit too.
It absolutely is. I mean,
because America is great. Right. It really is great.
It really is, yeah.
And that's where
we just got a lot of fucked up problems.
We have, but we all got. It's like that weird thing with families, right? Like, you always, when the kid with the fucked up family always thought everybody else's family was normal.
It was normal, right?
Then 10 years later, you meet all these people and their parents are divorced and it's all crazy and you're like, damn, your family was crazy too? Yeah. My family just didn't hide it that well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was what it is, but we all got problems, and that's the thing with the world view where people got to realize, and that Democrat Republican, we all got crazy families, but we're more similar than we are different, especially if you live in America, because we all kind of want the same things. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's chasing the American dream, and
that's it. And I think that's more than anything. Yeah. More than you don't like me because of this, that, this, that, this, that. I think it's all people get caught up in their own movie more so than anything, and they don't really care about other people.
You're a roadblock in my way of getting my American dream. And I don't want to have to work. I don't want to have to climb over that roadblock. I don't have to go around that road.
No. Yes. That's where I think where people are saying, racism, sexism. There are those things in the world for sure. Mm-hmm.
I hate everybody equally.
Right, but that's where a lot of people are too. Where it doesn't matter what you are, who you are. They see you as an obstacle. Mm-hmm. So that the fact that you're a woman is third or fourth on their list of why they don't like you or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think we point that as because we want to sum it up that it's in a nice package that he's just that one thing. He's just a sexist. That's why he's a bad person. It's like no, everybody's a little bit of something. Everybody's a little. bad. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's just that's
Yeah.
where we gotta pump the brakes a little bit. Because
I could go on. I'm gonna save because somebody's gonna comment on these.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna save some of my immigration knowledge.
Yes.
For crushing somebody who comments on this video. Moving on to that Sarah Sanders, press house secretary. She got denied service at a restaurant.
I saw that.
Somebody recognized her
I saw
and
that.
denied her and her family
Because of her
because
views?
of her affiliation with
With
President Trump. Yeah.
This is a growing thing as well, because I remember a couple months ago, some guy got denied service at a bar because he was wearing a Trump hat.
Yeah.
The Make America Great Again.
Yeah. And it was just to Seth Rogen. Paul Ryan wanted to take a selfie with his kids and Seth Rogen, and Seth Rogen was like, no.
Wow.
Absolutely refused to do it. So I think people are starting to draw this line in the sand of saying, like, Jean-Luc Picard, no further.
No further.
The line's drawn here, no further. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because I've always said, like, if you have views, you better stand up for them. Don't tweet about them. Don't show me through actions. Show me through. So, like, it's a really good thing. But something like Seth Rogen, I get that. No, I don't agree with your politics. Whatever. I'm not gonna.
I don't know
whatever.
if I believe
I'm
that.
not gonna take a picture with you. I don't want to take a picture with you.
But
period. I don't like you. I'm not gonna take a picture with you. Like, there's lots of people in and around Scranton that I'm not gonna go take a picture with. But like this Sarah Sanders, I think that's illegal what the restaurant did.
No, they're allowed.
You can deny somebody's
Dude,
service.
they denied the guy with the hat service because of. His
I know, but I'm
hat.
saying I think that's illegal. Like,
it's a borderline thing, but I think it falls under the line that you're allowed to refuse service to anybody that you see fit.
I don't think that's a rule.
I think it
I'm
is.
telling you, I don't
They
think
have the
that's
right to refuse service.
No, I think people just put that sign on the wall, right? Like a local bar that used to
But
be
I'm assuming that that's a thing. I don't know.
Like a West Side bar that used to hang a sign on the door.
Yes, yeah.
No hats, no do-rags, no saggy pants, no
Right.
this, no that. Because you just don't want a certain element in there.
Yeah.
That's discrimination. I don't care what you put on your fucking wall.
That's true. Right. You're but
I have the right to refuse service.
But is that protected under is political views protected as sex and race and gender and all that stuff?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All those things are protected.
Right.
I don't think political.
Like if somebody comes
affiliation-
in to train, I can't deny them because they're transgender.
No.
I can't be like, no, Bruce Jenner, you can't fucking train with us. I don't like trannies.
Yeah.
Which I know you do. But
Love them.
love them. But like I can't.
But only chicks with
But-
dicks, not guys. Not guys with
tits.
boobs. That's
Yeah,
fucking weird.
That's weird. Like if somebody comes in and I go, oh, you're a Republican, I don't want you training with me, or
Right.
you're a Democrat, I don't want you training with me. Like,
Yeah. How would that go?
I think I'm violating the law. I think.
That's a crazy thing.
And if I'm not, a lot of you guys are in trouble. There's gonna be a mass deportation from the mats. I'm gonna throw half of you guys out.
But yeah, I honestly I don't know. I haven't. I mean, there has been no lawsuit with that guy.
There's been no lawsuit. She was
No.
just like, yeah, whatever. She's like, it says more about you as a person than me, I think is what she said.
Is this Sarah
Yeah.
Sanders Huckabee?
Is that her? Is that what it is? Sarah Sanders?
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Yeah.
That's what it says. She is a cunt on wheels.
Oh, and listen, I'm not agreeing with her. I'm just saying, like...
Right, no,
I can't...
but that's where
like, the whole Trump administration, I'm like, it's a clusterfuck.
But that's where...
It's a one big dumpster fire.
We're going to bring this back to some Eagles talk. Well, because...
back to Eagles.
Well, because the Eagles got their visit to the White House revoked because nobody wanted to go. Here's my thing. Seth Rogen, I don't particularly like his move for this reason here. If you don't like someone because of their political views, why not say, hey man, I'll take a picture with you, but can I ask you a question or two? And not get into a fist fight in the fucking Emmys or wherever the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Just ask him a question. Same thing with
Robert De Niro? Is that what you're going to say?
No. But the same thing with these athletes who say, no, I won the Super Bowl, I'm not going to the White House because I don't agree with him. This is a great opportunity for you as an athlete to try and come together, and then you can really put the heat on him.
Right.
When you come up there and you say, listen, Mr. Trump, why don't you like me? Why don't you like my people? Why don't you like my community? Why don't you...
Yeah.
And if he goes, like I said, well, I don't dislike it. This is what you're hearing in the news. What can we do as a joint venture to maybe fix some issues that we have?
Yeah.
What can I work with the NFL that we can fix all the problems that we're having? From the kneeling to the murders or with the police to building communities, to building inner cities, whatever we can do.
Right.
And that might happen. Who knows?
You
It might not. It might not. But at least when
it ain't gonna happen if you don't try.
But if you leave the White House and then they ask you how was your thing and you say, hey, I understand him a little better now.
Yeah.
I think I get it. Like, I don't agree with them, but I understand him a little better. And Kanye kind of went down that path.
Yeah.
And people crucified him for it.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of like, listen, I'm not agreeing with them, but I do understand it. When he explains it to me from his narrative, because we all have our own egocentric view of the world. We're all the superhero.
Yes.
Mostly, in our own movie. I don't care if you're Trump, Kanye, some guy in the street. You're your own hero in your own movie. So maybe if he tells you it and say, this is my view, this is why I say and do the things I do, because I'm trying to do this, and this, and you go, oh, okay. You're not very articulate in your words, but I understand your goal here.
Yeah.
And that way something opens up. But for you to say, oh, I'm not taking a picture with you solely because you're associated with somebody else.
Right.
I mean, that's like saying people who train at other gyms, I won't talk to.
Right.
Like, if I don't have a vibe with a trainer from a different gym, a different black belt, whatever, and if I don't like you, then I don't like you too.
Right.
But if you're just trained there and I've known you other than that and you've been pretty much cool with me, or I don't know you at all, but every time I saw you, you were cool with me, we'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we can maybe train, maybe hang,
Yeah.
And that's where I think we build in these walls, and that's where all these issues are getting compounded because they're going back into their echo chambers.
Yeah.
So Seth Rogen, instead of having a conversation with a guy that you might not like and find out you don't really dislike him all that much, rather you go, nope, boom,
boom,
I'll be over here talking to my Democratic buddies, my liberals,
Yeah.
or maybe they're afraid.
I don't know, you changed my mind on that. Seth Rogen's a dick.
I think he's a dick. I think the NFL players are kind of a dick. They're making a stance, but I think they have a platform to actually talk and possibly make an impact. And if it doesn't, you can say, I tried.
I tried, yeah.
We tried. The NFL tried. Fuck this guy.
Right. Yeah.
But then you can say, well, why fuck this guy? Because I tried.
Yes.
And he said no.
Yeah.
But if you go, well, he's not trying. Well, what did you do? I'm not trying either. Okay. Sounds like a good plan.
Right. Sounds like a good plan, yeah.
Yeah, nothing will ever get solved that way.
Right.
And that's how human beings also fucking conduct themselves, even friends, Now, fuck him, man, he said this.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck him, he said that. Alright, well, dude, you guys been friends for 20 years. You guys gonna... Nope.
Right. Nope.
Boom. Never talk again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they talk 20 years later and they go, why the fuck were we even mad?
Right.
Oh, you said this. Oh, man, yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah. Or I didn't say that. Somebody told you I said that and I didn't. And you didn't come to me.
That's more so, that, especially with politics, that's going to be more so than anything. Like, you go to the president and you say, man, I read in the news that you said this, this, and this, and this. And he tells you, and maybe he lies to you. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he tells you, hey, man, like, they misquoted me. This is not what I said. This is what I meant.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially a guy like Kanye can understand that because he's not very articulate. He gets on these rants. And sometimes he does not put the message that he has in
what
his
he
head.
has in here doesn't come out here, yeah.
Right. And that's up for a lot of doers. That's why I give Trump sometimes a pass when he says stuff and people lose their mind and I go and listen to it and I go, no, I mean, I get what he's trying to say. He's just
not articulating.
He's a doer, though. The guy's a doer.
He's
like
a doer,
when
not
he
a
does
talker.
what he does when he does, he's pretty good at what he does. But he don't know how to, like, articulate it.
Right.
Because that's a lot of doers.
Yeah.
That's why we never had a fucking scientist president. Because for the most part, they don't talk very well.
Right.
They're very introspective. They're very quiet.
And when they do talk, you can't understand them.
Right.
You're like, yo, you gotta dumb that way down for me. Way down for me.
So, but he dumbed it down so far that he hit like the fucking common man. And
right.
He hit. Trump did hit a string in society where it was a weird time because people felt.
Oh yeah, it was a perfect storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with Hillary being the counterpart. It was a lot of people I heard just say they felt he was the lesser of two evils.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people who voted that way. They were like, he's the lesser of two evils. This is where I'm going. I don't know what right or wrong is. It's what it's what we're left with now. And more narrative, more talking, but there's a line you have to draw where you. I'm segueing. There's a line you have to draw where you stay out of other people's business. Permit Patty.
Oh my god.
This fucking broad that called, like, And there was another one recently too, the barbecue chick.
The barbecue lady.
What was her name? Barbecue Betty or something. I don't
Barbecue
know what it
Becky,
was. Becky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain point where you just gotta fucking mind your own business,
own
man.
fucking
Like,
business.
mind your.
But here's the thing.
Mind your business.
But here's the
Like,
thing. We're gonna bring it back around. They
Okay.
dub these ladies as racist, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that is 100% true in the narrative, because I just think, like, I know these people. I know this lady. She called the cops on me because I was rollerblading up and down her street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were playing football in the street, and it's not necessarily a race thing. It's just I can't mind my own goddamn business thing.
Yes.
And that's more so than anything with
Yeah.
that lady. Like, she's a fucking fat,
Yes.
bitchy white lady.
Yes.
Yes.
No matter what it was, she's gonna call the cops. She probably calls the cops 10 times a week. They're like, oh, it's fucking Patty again.
Yeah, Susie's bushes down the road are actually too high for this residence, so we need to have a meeting with the council. You know, like, she's that lady.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't cut their grass in a week, so it looks crappy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I don't pay this much money in this neighborhood so they can have a trash house.
Right.
Like, she's that lady.
That lady.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
These kids are throwing footballs in the street.
Yep.
If it goes in my yard one more time, I'm keeping it
Right.
and calling the police.
Yep. Yeah,
Like,
I really don't think she's a racist. I don't think the other lady, Barbecue Becky or whatever the hell she is, was a racist. I just think they're busybodies. And those are
and
the
they come in
worst.
all shapes and sizes.
Busybodies drive me. That's one of my pet peeves, busybodies.
Yeah.
Like, people come to me, they're like, did you hear about so-and-so? I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I got enough shit of my own to worry about. I don't need to worry about somebody else's shit. You know?
But that's where I'd say, like, let's get back into, like, the psyche of this lady. Like, that's where we like to wrap it up in a nice little package.
Right.
She's racist. That's why she did it.
Right, yeah.
It's not.
It's not why she did it.
It's a deep, complex issue of her psychology and her upbringing.
Yes.
She's like, something happened with her. Like, her mother was this way. Her grandmother was this way. Like,
Yes.
and that's the thing. Like, this is a behavior that she doesn't even realize that it's a problem.
Yep.
Like, she just fucking loves to shit on other people's days.
That's what it is.
That's her whole fucking thing. Like, she comes in on fucking Monday and just complains until Friday and leaves work. And, like, she's the lady. She complains about her coworkers. She complains about her bosses.
Yeah.
She complains about her kids. She complains about her husband. She complains about every goddamn thing. And that's the thing where it ain't racism. It's just assholism. And that's where we got to start drawing the line.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that assholes can't be racist at times, but we cannot sum them up in such a tight little package that that's their behavior. Just because of the color of your skin is why they act the way they do. It is not a fact, because this lady will fuck anyone's day up, I feel.
Guaranteed.
Like, if you're calling, because kids usually don't fall under any spectrum. Like, if a kid's a kid, I feel if you're a racist, perhaps kids are kind of get a pass a little.
Kids usually get a pass,
right?
Racist,
so this lady just doesn't even like kids. Like, she hates her life and her kids and her husband so much that she's like, look at this little kid trying to make a fucking dollar.
Yeah.
Fuck her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck her day up, and I'm gonna show her that there's people like me in the world.
Yep.
Because it's all about me.
Dream
She's
crusher.
the lady too. Because I work at a hotel, so I get people like her all the time, where she's that lady who's fucking, she spends $200 on a room and she thinks she owns the entire fucking place. So anything that happens within that place, she's got to tell me and complain. Well, the pillows aren't up to my liking.
Yeah.
Oh, the sheets aren't goose down.
Yeah.
You know, I'm allergic to this. Oh, well, I thought we were going to have decaf coffee as well. You know, it's like, all right, lady, we can provide these things, but what the fuck?
Yeah.
You just went in there and decided to pick out all the things that were wrong.
Wrong. Yeah.
I did 99 things.
One of my neighbors is like that. She will stop me.
Yeah.
And try to talk, and I'm just like, I
Bye.
gotta go.
Yes.
I gotta go. Like, I can't. I'm not rude to her, but I'm just like, listen, I gotta go. I got things to do. You can't complain to me about
Everything.
everything. Yeah. Everything.
And she seems like that. Maybe I'm, I feel it was a knee-jerk reaction calling her a racist all over the internet, but it might be a knee-jerk reaction to me giving her a pass and just thinking she's a shitty-ass human being.
Yeah, no,
she just
I
might
don't
be a really nice racist. I don't know. But I'm just thinking she's a piece of shit.
I'm just looking at her and I'm thinking she's not a racist. You know, just based on the way
maybe
she
a
looks
little
and her
bit too,
build.
and that's the thing too. Maybe a little bit. I'm just saying. But all I'm saying too is this lady would have done this no matter what.
Yes.
You know, like
Yeah.
that's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm looking at her and thinking permit patty's down with the BBC for sure.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think she's a racist. I just think she's a busybody.
No, I do. I think that
Tyler's Googling it now to find out if she's ever dated a black man in her life.
She might have. She's thick, you know. Some dudes like them thick. But to me, though, like I said, I just think she's one of those fucking people who hates everything and everybody.
Yeah.
And she wants to just find a flaw in every little goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And that's a little harder to explain in a 5-minute news segment that her whole life and dreams and hopes and aspirations in life died a long time ago, so she's trying to kill everyone else's rather than just say racist. It's a lot easier to fucking sum
it's
up.
easier to say racist. Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, it doesn't get people thinking about upstairs about how, wow, man, maybe I complain a little too much. Man, maybe if I was a fucking bigger cunt in my job, I didn't enjoy my job, or I didn't enjoy my wife or husband, I could be this person too. Right?
Yeah.
You never know. Because if you have nothing else, and this is your jam, to fucking call the cops on fucking teenagers and kids and children and old ladies, then your life has really spiraled into a shitty place.
Yeah, and I think most of us know somebody like that who's just going to call the cops and everything.
I grew up playing football on the streets.
Yeah, it was the same way. Kick the can, hide and seek, and the neighbors would call, and you're out past 9, and they're calling the cops, and they're like, these kids are too noisy outside.
Right.
Like, come on,
fucking kids.
They're just kids, man.
I'm impressed that the little girl, 8 years old she was, selling waters. That's a genius idea.
And she's not inside playing video games.
Yeah. But I respect this more than these little kids who try and fucking sell you dirty lemonade on the side of the road. Because I'm sorry, like, I walked up and I will give the kid $1, but I'm not drinking that shitty lemonade that he's sticking his hand in, squeezing lemons with his dirty...
Boogerade.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Boogerade.
So fucking sealed water for $1 or $2, I'll for sure support that venture.
You're going to support that business.
Don't give me that fucking quarter for a lemonade or $1 for a lemonade now. And then give me this nasty-ass lemon sugar water shit. With your boogers floating in it. Ugh. So I respect this girl. Hats off to her. Fuck you, Permit Patty. You need to get a fucking life. And you need to let people do what they're going to do. If the cops show up and the cops want to bust balls because maybe that's their job, then let them do that. But you don't have to call.
No.
You just put down the phone. Call a loved one. Call your husband.
Call a dating service.
Call a dating service.
Yeah, whatever, man.
That's
something.
good.
Right.
She looks thick too. Go get a steak. Maybe she was hangry. That's another thing too.
Yeah.
She was a busybody who's hangry.
She was trying to hide behind the wall and shit. It was great. It was really a
fun video. And same thing with that other lady with the fucking barbecue. You know, she started fucking fake crying and all that shit. That just like that goes beyond anything. I don't know if that's race. That's just like fucking just
being sad with your own life.
Right. Basically.
Speaking of being sad, I'm sad we're inside. It's a nice day out.
It's a nice day out.
Let's get out of here.
All right.
We offended some people. We gave our opinions.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the comments section so I can light some people up with knowledge.
Immigration. But let's all agree that putting kids in cages is probably not the best thing either.
No.
We didn't really touch on that because that
really would have fired me up.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get in all
that. But let's just all agree that
give me your
kids
tired, you're poor, you're hungry.
Yes.
We're here.
But not open borders.
No. I'm not saying that.
No, I know.
But some asshole's gonna say that.
Amnesty.
Yeah, somebody's gonna say. I challenge. Come to me with comments, please. Yes. I challenge it.
Well, because let's go back to this too. The people who get so, like I said, it's a below the shoulders reaction. Their heart and their balls get throbbing. Where they talk about, well, it's happening right now.
Right.
Yeah, but this is the history of history. It's been happening for a long time. So it's a structural thing. I understand your outrage, but that's where you have to become more responsible as a consumer and a voter.
Yes.
And that's how you're going to change the world, not by posting fucking memes on Facebook.
And raise better kids.
Raise better kids, because fucking Permit Patty's gonna raise this fucking girl to be the biggest cunt bag. Her kid is probably a fat, fucking high fructose corn syrup slurping fucking cunt on wheels as well. She's that girl.
You were worried about me offending people today. You did a good job. I'm happy. We'll see you guys.